your old team, where you went to as number 1 draft pick to the Western Bulldogs, they're in the news a bit at the moment with Luke Beveridge, sort of as the coach there. I mean, what's your sort of assessment around, one, is there any method to the madness of the noise around his coaching? Like, do you see reason for, some mistakes that he is making, or is this completely unfair, or is the writing on the wall for him?
I'm not going to go as far as saying that the writing's on the wall, because I think he's still got credits in the bank. So he's been coaching the Dogs for 10 years. He's done what only one other coach in the history of the Western Bulldogs was able to do, in Charlie Sutton, and take the Dogs to a premiership. And then to back up and play in a grand final, 5 years later, is an unbelievable effort. So I think he's a high innovator. Like, he's an innovative coach. Like, he likes to change things and try and stay ahead of the game. I think at the moment it's just not quite working for them, and they've still got some talented players. They do have some deficiencies, obviously, in their backline. I'm not sure where they would be without Liam Jones at the moment. Like, he was huge on the weekend against the Hawks, but they just don't have like 5 defenders behind the ball that can help them out. And when they turn the ball over like they did on the weekend, like JJ just doesn't kick the ball like he did at times, gave away a couple of goals from poor skill errors. I do think that they're a bit down on confidence at the moment in terms of how they're moving the footy. Like, I was at the Hawks game on the weekend, and it was almost their first look once they got the footy at half back was to go slow and look sideways, where it's easy to defend if you slow the ball down like that. I'd like to see them take the ball forward a little bit more, take it on quickly, go fast, and actually take it on through the middle of the ground. I think they're going a bit too conservative at the moment, the way they're moving the footy.
Are things going to be changing for the Bulldogs next year as well, with maybe some players going out? Like, what's your sort of assessment of the list? Is it something you think they need strengthening up, or is it something you think's ready to go?
No, I think they need another key defender. I think that obviously they're stacked in the forward line. They have a mountain of talent there. I do think there'll be some changes at the end of the year. I mean, just ask Sam Draper. He'll tell us who they are and where they're going. So, Drapes, he's got the lowdown. He's obviously had lunch with a couple of the Bulldogs boys who are out of favour.
Oh, there he was thinking he was giving a scoop, and he's copped a week.
he copped a week. So that was unfortunate. But obviously, guys who are established players and premiership players that have found themselves out of favour over the last 12 to 18 months, they'll be looking for new homes. I think they could probably find a new home for Rory Lobb as well. Like, question the decision why the need for the Bulldogs to pick him up in the first place. So, I mean, he'll find himself a different home. I think they have the only issue I have is, like, Bontempelli is a superstar, but I still think their most important mid is Tom Liberatore. And he's closer to the end than he is at the beginning, and he's had a couple of head knocks recently. So they need to find a strong mid to help Marcus Bontempelli. I know they've got Riley Sanders, who's a good young player who has found himself in and out of the side in his first year. But, you can't – it's almost impossible to replace a player like Libba, who's a heart and soul guy. So I just wonder what happens when he leaves, what happens to that midfield.